Good afternoon and welcome to Solent Sport News. I'm Miguel Machado and here are your latest sport news. Saints show intelligence. That was the words of boss Mauricio Pellegrino following Southampton's 1-1 draw against Arsenal. Charlie Austin scored early on, capitalizing on a mistake from Per Mertesacker. However, Oliver Giroud added home in the 88th minute to snatch a point for the visitors. Despite the late heartbreak, Pellegrino praised his players' willingness to compete and fight against one of the top teams in the league. However, for Southampton, focus is already on Wednesday tie against Leicester. The big story surrounding the fixture is the return of former manager Claude Puel. The Frenchman was sacked by Southampton at the end of last season despite leading the Saints to 8th in the table and the League Cup final. Replaced by Mauricio Pellegrino, Puel's record at Southampton was better at this stage last season compared to current boss. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Manchester City have set a new record in the competition history. Their 2-1 victory over bitter rivals Manchester United marked the 14th consecutive victory for Guardiola's men, the most in Premier League history in a single season. The only team to notch 14 wins in a row were Arsenal in 2002. However, that was done over 2 seasons. Goals from David Silva and Nicolas Otamendi gave City the record-setting win and leaves them 11 points clear at the top of the table. Guardiola believes the result proves his famous Barcelona style of football can work in England.
We tried to keep playing, and we came here like we were in the Stamford Bridge and all the games since I came here to try to win, to make our job, and I'm so happy with the people say in England you cannot play in that way. In England you can play in that way as well.
Moving on to European football, this morning saw the draw for the Champions League last 16 producing several mouth-watering clashes. The eye-catching tie will see current holders Real Madrid play PSG, but the draw saw mixed outcome for the English teams. Tottenham Hotspur have a tie match against Italian giant Juventus, and Chelsea will have to deal with likes of Messi and Suarez as they host Barcelona. However, Manchester City can be pleased as they have a favourable draw against Basel, whilst Man United will play Seville and Liverpool which will travel to Porto for their opening time of the tie. Meanwhile, in the Europa League, Arsenal have been drawn against Swedish side Östersund. Another Ashes allocations for England. 23-year-old Ben Duckett has been suspended from the Lions Tour of Australia after pouring a drink over James Anderson. Duckett was out of a bar in Perth with members of the senior England team who were enjoying the first night of the Ashes Tour without a curfew. It marks the third off-field incident surrounding the England team, following Ben Stokes' nightclub brawl in September and Johnny Bairstow's alleged headbutt of Australian batsman Cameron Bancroft. Coach Trevor Bayliss expressed his anger at the situation, stating he may need to review who is in his team. In snooker, Ronnie O'Sullivan continues to build his legacy as one of the sport's greatest of all time. The Rocket has equalled the UK Championship record with his 6th title, beating Shaun Murphy 10-5 in York. O'Sullivan is now level with legendary player Steve Davis. The victory also saw the 42-year-old draw level with Stephen Hendry's 18 Triple Crown event titles. The third leg of the Volvo Ocean race has begun, with the sailors setting off from Cape Town yesterday afternoon. The teams are set to compete in the longest course in the competition history as they navigate the 45,000 nautical mile journey to Melbourne. We will have more on this story at 4:30. That's all from us now. We will be back at 4:30 for all the latest sporting news. See you then.